Donald Trump is making it happen. Eastman Kodak to get $765 million U.S. loan to make drug ingredients. So, Eastman Kodak will get $765 million loan from the U.S. government to produce pharmaceutical ingredients in the country, helping reduce dependency on other countries by strengthening domestic supply chains. Now, this is part of the Defense Production Act that Donald Trump set into place so that he could try to bring manufacturing back into America. So the company's shares were trading at $8.80 after closing at $2.62 in the previous session. Man, I wish I'd invested in Kodak yesterday. As somebody who's worked in the film industry for 15 years now, I never would have thought Kodak. I thought Kodak would have been shuttering their doors. Probably the last company in the world I ever would have invested money in, to be honest. The U.S. International Development Finance Corp. said on Tuesday that it would sign a letter of interest to provide a loan to Kodak, a company known for its cameras and imaging business. The Trump administration has been looking to bolster the ability to produce drugs and their raw materials in the United States after the COVID-19 pandemic exposed the industry's dependence on China and India for its supply chains. Who wants to guess? Who wants to make a bet that the first thing they're going to start producing is hydroxychloroquine? I don't know if you guys saw recently. They've been banning it all over social media. The doctors that have been coming out saying that they've been using hydroxychloroquine with 100% success rate. And what was it, Dr. Emmanuel? I don't know. I forget her name. But anyways, a whole bunch of doctors are out there touting hydroxychloroquine and how it, with zinc and azithromycin, it is working wonders. Nobody is dying. Yet, meanwhile, Trump touted that what back in March, and ever since then, the entire left wing, the mainstream media, all of them just pummeled him for it. It's been the most controversial drug, despite the fact that it's been around for 65 years. It's ridiculous. But anyways, this is going to be a short little story here. I just wanted to highlight here that Trump's new economic policies and some of the things he's looking to do to counteract China are starting to come into effect. And this could be huge. I would really like to see Trump just continue to cut China off at the feet, at the knees, wherever he wants to cut them off at. I don't care. Just, we need to lose our dependence on China. And even, they said we depend a lot on India as well, which, we actually we have a fairly friendly relationship with India, and I think Trump has been strengthening our relationships with India. I think we did a massive gold deal with them recently, which I'm hoping is not to speculate, but I'm hoping that it is signaling a potential return to the gold standard. We need the gold to actually back our currency if we do return to the gold standard, which I really hope we do. We need to have some sort of commodity behind it, but that's a whole nother thing. So this is the beginning of American independence from our pharmaceutical dependence on foreign countries, White House trade advisor Peter Navarro said in an interview with Fox Business Network. In May, the administration awarded a contract worth up to $812 million for a new U.S. company to manufacture drugs and drug ingredients in the country. And Kodak, it's an interesting choice to go with Kodak, and it actually makes sense. When you talk about film stocks, you talk about, they're a company that has a history in chemical processes, chemical reactions. I don't know how much you guys know. You probably don't know a whole lot about film, actual film stock and that kind of thing. But there's all different kinds of ways that they process film, and it's all about different chemical reactions that get the emulsion on the back of the celluloid to actually, to color differently. So, they have like bleach bypass processes that give you that kind of David Lynch, desaturated look. There are different chemical elements to it. And so, while it's certainly not in the same field, I do think it is interesting that, and it is a company that has been hurting very, 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 very badly. There are 4 primary companies in Hollywood. I actually used to work for, historic companies. I actually used to work for one of them. I don't want to name them because I don't want to get into it. But Kodak is one of them. So Kodak is. I worked for the lighting one. But anyways, so it's interesting to see that they are doing this and that Kodak actually won the bid to do this. So we're gonna have Kodak Pharmaceuticals, and I mean it's an old. I think it's like a 132-year-old company. Did it say up here? I don't think it did, but I think they've been around for 132 years. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they go from the film industry into the pharmaceutical industry. And it looks like they're making ingredients for the pharmaceutical industry. So, yeah, U.S. company manufactured drugs and drug ingredients. So I guess it's going to be both. The New York-based Kodak, which was founded in 1888, has a market capitalization of $114 million. The loan will allow it to launch Kodak Pharmaceuticals, a new arm of the company that will produce critical pharmaceutical components. By the time this thing ramps up, 25% of the active pharmaceutical ingredients for generics we need in the United States is going to be right at that facility, Navarro said in an interview. Man, I wonder if it's too late to invest. So, anyways, I think this is a really interesting move. I think it's pretty cool, taking an old... I do think it's kind of cool that they're taking an old company that has struggled to keep up with the times, but it has a heritage as a very old American company. They've been struggling, as have all of the four major film companies in the not production companies, but in the actual like cameras, lights, film gear, or editing. I guess the not editing, the processing. They've all been struggling, so I think it's kind of cool to see one of them actually get a step up, even if it does send their company into another direction. And I think this is part of Trump loves America. Eastman Kodak is it was one of the great American companies. I mean, for over 100 years, it did. I mean, it was a giant. But then the digital era came, they didn't keep up, and it's a shame that they didn't. They should have gotten into the digital camera game a long time ago. That's their own failings. But it is cool that he actually chose a historic American company that was kind of on the verge of going out of business and found a new way to keep them alive. And I think that's pretty cool. And I think Trump... I think there was a method to Trump's madness in that. I think he knew what he was doing there. So, we all know that Trump loves America. Anyways, this is just a quick, good story. I thought it was pretty cool. So, anyways, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. I need all the stats I can get. Voices like mine first to get taken out back and old yellered by the folks at Deep Tech, at Big Tech. Sorry, I'm a little off tonight. I've been getting over a cold. So, anyways, yeah, share the channel, and don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Parler at Ram Thorburn. And if you would like to contribute to the channel, there are links to my PayPal, Patreon, and Subscribe Star listed below. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day.